Is Black Series Edition LLC with our Imperial Gunmetal Crystal Edge Technology screens, but just still, I gotta get to that site and I gotta start doing some updating on the Crystal Edge site for getting ready for the Imperial technology we're gonna be having pretty soon. We are going to be working on donating a massive 250-inch screen to the town of Allentown, or city of Allentown, or town of Allentown. I had to talk to a few people. I was down there taking care of some business. For a minute. I'll be writing this stuff down too. I was down there taking care of this zoning nonsense, not zoning nonsense, but I had to get the zoning stuff anyway done because I make sure we're doing everything by the book while we're over here. But while I was down there, I got some information on Parks and Recreation and information with the mayor, basically on scheduling a meeting with the mayor so we can donate a massive 250-inch screen. This is going to be our new technology, and this is going to involve a superior ambient rejection. I think it's a 77 Black Series Edition, and this is the Alpha CINEMAX, which is going to be displayed. This is going to allow us to be able not only to advertise our technology at a massive level, but also to donate a massive screen to Allentown so they can have something there for like movie nights and stuff like that. Because for what I've seen already, I haven't seen any giant movie screens at all, period. I've seen some smaller screens, but they're white. But you know, white screens really don't work all that well. Not next to our technology. So that's what we're working on. And then I have another place that I'm working on for ad tech technology. The FLE technology allows to filter sunlight. That's going to allow us to be able to display right in the center of downtown our window technology. I do want to run this technology next to the mayor. Get a chance to talk to him also about doing some other project screens for Allentown's parks, which would be fantastic for events and stuff like that. They do a lot of events now. They have a lot of painted events.
Well, my plan had one face floor British weather prediction. Hasn't really got to plan. It's been raining on and off for the last couple of hours. It's about 7 in the morning now. I've got to get up in the early now. So, yeah, pretty here. Oh well.
Oh, here we go. Well, I lost it. I gotta write this stuff down on a much bigger sheet so we have it. So we've done 250-inch screens before. Of course, they're gonna come up. Do we have any experience in that field? And we do, because we have done massive 250-inch screens. We have a few on display on our site. Actually, I'm going to be uplinking those because I want those directly to the website so that way they can see the technology. I think I'm going to do a little editing today on the site. We're going to show up the 250 inches directly to the site because I want them to go to the site and see how big these screens are and basically, you know, us install them and all that stuff. So we're going to need somebody over in Park and Recreation to build this massive frame. Because it's a grommet screen, it's going to require a large frame. It's going to be a little easy for us because it's going to be tacked to, it's probably going to be tacked to a wall. So that's going to be easy to do. But they're going to give us an idea of where they're going to put the screen and how everything's going to be set up. The projector's not going to cost a lot of money. Chances are they probably want to go and buy some money for an expensive projector. It's not required. The projector we use in our demonstration is the same projector I have over here, which is a $270. That was a 720p projector you can see in the thumbnail that was used for that demonstration. That's how gorgeous the screens are. So they can use it for all kinds of stuff. They can stick it in the outer box. They can advertise off it, all kinds of stuff because it has different forms of applications they can use it for. Now, one of the things we are requesting when we do donate the screen, that our company's information gets shown before any movie or any demonstration, that they display a little bit of us. Not a big commercial, but a little bit of us and what we're all about. And in that way, we got advertising. We got this massive screen downtown in Allentown. It is going to be definitely noticeable because it's jet black. And then on top of that, the city of Allentown gets an amazing projection screen for everybody to gather around, join together, and watch anything they want off of it. And then on top of that, with that being said, there's going to be a lot of merchants down there staring at this technology, and they're going to want this technology in their restaurants. They're going to want it in their parks. They're going to want it in their backyards. And this is where we come in. So I should have went with this the first time, but like I said, I had to make sure I got settled in to what we're doing. Now, like I said, I am picking up we already have a 3-car garage, and that garage was never mentioned in the conversation because, again, they don't care. I'm going to set my 3-car garage. I'm going to be doing my work out of it, and it's big enough for us to coat a screen of that caliber, which I will be doing. So, and on top of that, we have the new ad tech technology we're going to be working on. That is going to be quite interesting. I can't wait to start getting that one done. Okay, I found all that. I got that information. I got Parks and Recreation. This is the mayor's information right here. Okay, so definitely we're right there. So everything we have right here. Now, just in case, if anyone tries to ruin this for us, we make sure that all the information, the ongoing investigation, everything that's going on, because we do have records of what's going on, we'll make sure that information is pushed out everywhere. So everyone knows of this individual, and they can always check the Allentown Police Detectives Unit where all the information is at for charges we had to file against a certain individual for basically cyber stalking us. So they'll know about you with no problem whatsoever. We'll make sure that we have a small problem with a stalker. And we did go to the Allentown Police Department, and he is basically soon going to be coming in for going to court for these charges. So we'll make sure the mayor knows this, and any other organization we work with. So that way we don't have any problems along the way. Because we're trying to do something positive, and it's a shame that every time I walk into a place to do business, I have these individuals that want to contact people and carry on. Well, that's going to come to an end very soon. Very, very soon. Like I said, I've already got my report that just came in from the post office. I have to go in and submit my information today, and that case begins. But until then, I got other things I have to work on. I don't have time for child behavior. I really don't. So this is how things will be handled from here on in. If we have a problem with you, we take you to court. There's no back and forth. I don't have time for it. Right now, I got this giant screen we're going to be doing pretty soon. I got to talk to a bunch of people about getting this set up. And the good thing about it is it's not going to require expensive projectors. You can go to eBay and just buy the same machine we got, or I might just buy the same machine we have, because the machine we have, like I said, is cheap. Put an outer box on it, or stick it up on a pole, and set everything up, because they'll be doing all that. We won't be working with that, and they'll be designing the mount for it, which pretty much basic. It's a grommet screen, it's fabric, it's weatherproof. You know what I mean? Don't have to worry about it cracking or peeling. This would be a fantastic demonstration for a screen that massively on display. On top of that, it'd be fantastic for the city of Allentown. But like I said, something they can all knit together and watch, which would be pretty cool. They can have all kinds of events. I want to see a pajama night, like in the summertime, have a pajama party. That would be sick. Definitely would be sick. So that'd be great to have our screen up there. And then on top of that, we have the ad tech technology, which is going to go up in this window display pretty soon. So we can go in and show that off. So let me see. All right, so this is where I think we'll put this is our custom page, our showcase page for the Black Series Edition technology, the new technology we have coming out. I have to go in here and have to update all this information in here for this page. This is for our new technology in 2024. So we're going to have a series of pre-coded screens. The biggest one is going to be around 250 inch. That's when it's going to be on displayed. And then we're going to have running from anywhere from, these are big screens, 150 and up. So the minimum, I think the smallest one we have is 150 and 150 up. So these are designed to be big screens for big setups. So they're going to be pre-coded already. You don't have to do much, just pretty much just take out the package and just basically string it up and you're done. That's it. We're going to be doing some demonstrations with half and half, where you see half of the screen white and half of the screen black. There's no point in doing grays because you don't see gray screens often. You don't see them at all, period. As a matter of fact, as many times I've been on-site or off-site, I've never seen not any gray screens. I've seen mostly white screens. That's what you're running to, white projection screens. That's why if you see demonstrations on high-end certifieds, they don't do any demonstrations on gray screens. They do them all on white screens. So the comparison, because that's pretty much what you're going to bump into is a white screen. And since we're going to be working toward dominating the market for white projection screen setups for outside, with switching it to more advanced black technology, that's the only screen we need to do a side-by-side with. Doing a gray screen would be a waste of time. So we're just going to get a screen, paint it down the middle. We'll actually keep the other side the way it is, and just paint half of it and just have it with our black technology. That's it. That's all we have to do. And just have it up on display, showing people the difference in what you're losing. Most importantly, the two areas that are going to hit the hardest for customers that allow them to get an understanding on why the technology, our technology is better, will be 6 o'clock in the evening, which you cannot fire a white screen up. It won't register, does not run. And then at nighttime, because I get this all the time, I get, well, I'm going to be outside, it's going to be nighttime, what's the difference? And we show you there's a massive difference between our technology, even when you're outside in the dark, that your projector's not picking up anything. So we have to put these demonstrations over here so we can show that off. So we go to, let me see, pop over to my YouTube channel. Especially if you look at the Star Wars screen at 180 inches, that thing can generate at 6 o'clock in the evening. You can't do that with any other screen. Any other screen, I haven't seen any screen do it yet. We haven't seen any screen match the 180 Star Wars. Let me see, 180 inch. Oh, 89 inch. Oh. And actually, that's one of the screens we're going to be doing pre-coded. Is the Star Wars. Star Wars is a 180 inch screen. Oh, let me put these down. Paperwork all in my head. I was finally giving up my seat so I can sit down. Now, the fantastic thing about going to the zoning office is the fact that not only do they get a chance to meet a lot of nice people, but on top of that, they're going to help me with future projects, because I am going to know, about zoning if I'm basically going to be doing advertising billboards and stuff with our technology. And we're going to be building this because we literally have to build these advertisement units, these shipping containers. They're going to have projectors inside, and they're going to be cutting out the units, putting huge pieces of plexiglass with FLE technology, and we can advertise right through those boxes. So people can advertise right through these huge, massive shipping container glass boxes in order to show up their products. And where can we put them at? How their structure is going to be different than your average billboard. So these, by them seeing the technology that we're working on, they're very interested. The guy we're talking to whose the complaint was first put against, I got a chance to meet him. Really nice person. Talked a lot about gaming and stuff like that, and shared some of the ideas I want to do. And he's very fascinated by the technology we're working on. So they do want to be a part of that, and then involving the mayor and getting the city involved in our technology and donating screens, for the community. This is going to allow us to do a lot of good things down here, and also to get a chance to get our business expanded. Because again, we are the only technology that has black. There is nobody else. down here at all, period. And matter of fact, any other place, there is no such thing as a black screen. It doesn't exist to them. They've never even heard of it, never even seen it. So to show that black technology produced, as you're seeing in the thumbnail, that's being produced on a 720p projector at 27 feet back at 4,000 lumens. And usually when you're working with a screen at 250 inches, especially if you're doing it around 6 o'clock in the evening, you're talking about projectors way over 5,000 lumens. We're talking about 7,000, 8,000, 20,000 lumen projectors. I've talked to I've done enough business with outside setups to tell you that that's the kind of projector you're going to go for. Because they figure they're going to need high amounts of resolution on the projector. They're going to need a 5K projector, an 8K projector in order to pick up a beautiful image, because they're dealing with white screens. White screens don't have the capability. You have to spend more money for the expense of higher resolutions because the image is going to be horrible. Where with our black technology, we can use a $270 Christie projector and produce that image you see in the thumbnail. That thing looks absolutely insane. I've had neighbors come in the backyard and go, my God, that is incredible. Yeah, that's God's technology right there. See, the thing about it is, for other people that are making these products, you know, you can't talk about having a screen that size. You have to actually physically do one of these screens. It's a very interesting screen to design. It's a big screen. It takes a lot of work, a lot of math to figure out exactly how you're going to hang this thing. Our screen was a little different because we didn't even have a frame attached to it. It was actually coming off 16 volts to the top of the deck, which was about 11 feet high. And as the screen started to descend, I tried bricks at first, but when wind hit the screen of that size, the bricks were being thrown left and right. And these were heavy cinder blocks, and it couldn't hold the screen down because of the wind that was hitting the screen. So to put it in a frame, we could have done, but we didn't have the structure for the frame. It wouldn't have held. We needed a whole full wall to come from the top to the bottom, so wind couldn't actually hit it. Like a cement wall would have been nice. But so the screws, we had to use these giant massive 10 screws, or what do you want to call them. We had to use those for the bottom. But the way the screen had to be set up is it had to be slightly on a slant. So when the wind hit it, it came up perfectly straight. That was interesting math to figure out exactly how far to angle the screen. So if the wind hit it, we're not too far out. We're not too far back. When the wind hits it, we're actually straight. And then we had to put tassels, tie the screen in from here to here so it wouldn't buckle out too much, so it would hold. So the tassels couldn't be too tight and it couldn't be too loose. So it was interesting trying to figure all that out. So once we got all that done, that's how the screen was able to stand. There was wind constantly blowing outside. You just didn't see the screen move because the screen was tethered just right. And that took a lot of work to do that. So you can't really say that, hey, we can do a 250-inch screen, because you know the work that goes into installing a 250-inch screen. It's a lot of freaking work. You got to research what kind of projectors going to work. You can't use ultra short throws, because ultra short throws are going to basically at over 150 inch, an ultra short throw will start to deteriorate. Even on black technology, we'll have some issues of it deteriorating. It's too big of an image for an ultra short throw to handle. Unless you have something where it's maybe ultra short throw venue, then yeah, no problem with that. But ultra short throw venue is like insanely expensive, especially for the lens, because you don't get the lenses with them. So can you use it with a short throw? Short throw, yeah, you can. Definitely it's a possibility to do it with short throw. But then you got a projector sitting right in the center of God knows what. And they sit mid-center. So basically, you know, you run the rest of the people tampering with it, stand in front of it. You know, stuff like that. Even if you do drop it up on maybe a 10-foot pole and install it that way with an outer box, but you're just better off coming off with a long throw. The long throw is going to be much, much better to do. A long throw with lens shift would work much better. So you have to be to understand all that before you can actually make statements that our product works at 250 inches. Another problem you have, your screen's constantly being hit by light. It's 250 inches. There's nowhere in the world that thing's going to be able to hide from any light whatsoever. So what time of the day are you going to be able to fire this thing up? That's going to be another issue too. Angle gain, is your screen going to pick up? Sometimes screens with that huge, that much light in the screen, they'll start to wash out and fade. Are you going to pick a 100% color? Can you read 100% contrast levels? How your white level is going to pick up? That technology we developed in there, it literally picked up a white level literally so high that it turned the grass white in front of it. I've got the demonstrations right there to back it up. So that's what they want to be able to see. And then they want the image to look absolutely incredible without spending a ton of money for a projector. Now, if it's a gray or white screen out there, they're going to have to spend a ton of money for a projector. They're going to have to pay the money for higher lumens, higher contrast level, better colors, because this screen is going to wash out and have all kinds of difficulties. The sad thing about it is when I see some of these screens out here, the image is just so washed out that they look at it as, because we can see something on it, it's acceptable. We see it, that's trash to us. A screen's supposed to look like a TV. When you look at that screen and you look at your phone, you can't tell one from the other. That's how it's supposed to look, especially if you're using that caliber of projector. And we're doing that in just 720p. So you should be able to do that. So you should pick up exactly like this. This is a 180-inch screen we installed in the backyard. This thing picks up with no problem whatsoever. It's 100% jet black. It can see blue, it can see colors, it can pick up contrast, it picks up high white levels, no problem. Projector we're using in the back is a Sony VPO FH30, the one standing behind me. Price tag I paid for it was $300, that's it. So under $500, you should be able to run any projector off that technology, which we've done in our demonstrations. So we're doing a little pack, those Space Invaders, some retro Space Invaders out there. They can set up a game night up here too. That'd be pretty cool. Because we have a lot of little luxury apartment complexes out there, and they would love to have this set up. As a matter of fact, a lot of the luxury apartment complexes, when we get this done, we'd like to have the screen set up. But there's actually 3 of them I won't install the screen into. Actually, there's a couple places in Allentown. I'd say about 4 places I refuse to put the screen into. I won't do it. That's why I say at the end of the day, be careful how you treat people when you meet them. Because again, you know, you never know who may be who and what who may can do. But we won't install there at all. Look at that, 100% black level. See the image pulling up on the screen? See how the corners don't give off any ash, any gray, none of that. Picking up a 100% image. Now, chances are, in the city, they're probably going to spend the money for an expensive machine. It's not necessary, but they're going to spend the money for a high-end machine. They're going to talk to their tech guys, and their tech guys are going to say, well, you know, we can use this, so and so, not understanding that the technology doesn't require it, but they're still going to spend the money for something crazy. And of course, they're probably going to need something they can actually Bluetooth and send videos and movies, and what they're going to do, they can program it and all that stuff like that. So I can understand that part right there. 100% black for the outer space. Well, that has to pick up. And if you notice right here, see this? See the cinema bars? Cinema bars are here and here. Cinema bars are supposed to be 100% black. They're not supposed to be gray. They're not supposed to be white. They're supposed to be black. Because that would look pretty awkward if it's doing cinema mode and it's coming out gray. So this is the demonstration we showed them at the zoning, and they freaking fell in love with it. Now, majority of people in there have projector setups, and they have them outside or they have them in their basement, and the screens are white probably. Chances are they're white. They're all, and look at it, just staring at the screen like, how the freak are you pulling up at that time of the day? We can't even get these screens to register in our homes. This is a 180-inch screen. As you can see, cinema bars are fully exposed. You can see the cinema bars are supposed to show up. They're not supposed to come in gray. Here we go outside. So this is going to be a pre-coded technology we're going to be doing. We're going to start it off at a small size. It's going to be 150. I think they got 170. We'll be doing 200, 250. And if we have a room big enough to accommodate, which we should, 300 inches. And this will all be pre-coded. So we're up at 704 and running the screen at 704. If you're having problems producing the cinema bars, oops, it's me hitting something on the keyboard. If you're having a problem hitting the cinema bars, you're not going to be able, get out of here, we don't need all this. I love it when you cancel out Microsoft, you don't want it, and it comes back in like, do you want? No, we don't. I'm going to go back in and get my other videos. I'm going to go into my channel. And I want to pull up our 250-inch screen. I think these were Titans. Let me see. Titan 250-inch screen. Let me see. All right, there we go. That's the Titan. That's the name of it. There is the massive Titan at 250. Shows you I painted the screen in. So in the spot that I painted the screen in would be the size of this place that I painted a 250 in. The 3-car garage that I'm going to be working in, well, that one right there is way bigger than that. So we could probably do a 300-inch in there easy. Oh, that's the big boy coming through. Anytime you hear that horn going off that many times, that's the bigger trains coming through. So let me see. Let's go up here. This is me doing Dragon Ball Z on a 250-inch screen. That's why I always say you can't make accusations. And I'm talking other people make products. You can't make accusations that we work at 250. Anything can happen at 250 to a screen. Anything, because it's pitting tons of light. Even out there, when you see that time of day, it's still taking in tons of light. Screen could easily wash out. Anything could happen. Anything. And you can't hide because you're outside. You can't block windows. You can't block doors. None of that. You are exposed to all elements outside. And keep in mind, we've done this out. We've done these screens out in the winter time. Which, again, this is another thing they found impressed, because the first thing they asked us about, okay, what if it snows and this, that, and the other. No, you can actually use that screen as it's snowing outside. You have to back all that up. Now see the cinder blocks down there? Those the first choice went with cinder blocks. That didn't go too well. You know, the storm, those things got thrown all over the place, so we had to go with the screws, coarse screws instead. So they're going to want proof that we can do this. You know, it's not enough to say it. They want proof, because they don't want to spend the time. They don't want to put the money and the effort. Even if it's a donated free screen, they want to make sure this thing actually works. And this is the reason why when we got it, it's a fantastic idea to utilize our space and put in a 250-inch screen. That's our test run for our dedicated theater room, which I had to build a dedicated theater room in order to go onto the site that had dedicated theater rooms to display our technology, because the guy said, well, look, first get yourself a dedicated setup and you can come back in and talk with us. So I built one. Let me see, 180 inches. Let's take this out and let's put in Wait, am I in my section or am I in the third section?
So, what is on the agenda? Just tonight.
I want to be mine. From there, I won't be as much. Let me see. Oh, that's when we had a crazy ship update. Did I remember that? This is when we had crazy ship updates. Look at this.
Not sure how long it's going to take, extending it a little bit further.
that's coming back. We're going to end up going back into that. I pretty much try to keep my orders down to a minimum so we don't have to do too much work. But once we launch a 250-inch screen, everything's going to change. It's definitely going to change. We were going to make that a limited edition, but that's not going to happen. That literally is not going to happen. Now we're screen of that caliber on display. Everybody, anyone who sees that technology is going to want it. And our orders are going to go through the roof. And that means I'm going to have to hire some people, workers, and all that stuff. And yeah, this is where we need these zoning guys to come in and help me out with a few things. Because again, if I'm going to be running this company at this level, it's going to be fantastic to have these guys in my back corner. As a matter of fact, you guys did us a great favor. Because again, like I said, I couldn't find the building. And then got to get a chance to meet these people down here and talk with them. They're fantastic. They can help me out with a lot of projects that I need on top of that work. And also to the mayor. They're the ones that actually gave me the information how to contact the mayor. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see. So let me see, 250-inch. All right, these are here. This is the one with the, oh, I love watching the Attack of the Titans. I have never got a chance to watch, and I wanted to, and I never got around to do, is watching, it was Attack of the Titans, that's what it was. Was that the anime one, right? Yeah, that was Pacific Rim. I never got a chance to watch Attack of the Titans on it. I wanted to so bad because there's giants on it. This is another demonstration we showed them. They just fell in love with it. You have to be to run, and I don't know why, and I can't explain to you why movie screens are not black, because they've never heard of our black technology. That's why. But we'll get noticed pretty soon with that display. Oh yeah. Now, like I said, part of the agreement with the donated screen is they have to advertise their company. It has come up a little bit in the video so people know who we are and who developed the screen. They won't have any problem with that. Now the technology we have here, the Alpha CINEMAX, we'll put this one way under the bar. The Alpha CINEMAX is going to be absolutely incredible. You think that thumbnail looks impressive? It's nothing compared to what we're designing. This technology look like outside and inside. The Alpha CINEMAX is both indoor and outdoor. It does have rear projection capabilities, which is going to be coded onto acoustic screens. So my gaming screen in here at the vertical setup, portrait setup, is going to have that coding attached to it. Because I need an acoustic screen in here because I need to put speakers behind my screens. Let's get out of here real quick. We are definitely in there. Listen to. Oh, that's the first one. I was talking about doing a 200 or 250-inch screen. I did a 200 screen first, and then what happened was I was like, I got enough room here to put a 250, so I went and got the 250 next. Watching the game outside. Now that's going to be a huge attraction because, like I said, I walk around Allentown, I do my research, I go into restaurants and eat, I see what kind of setups they have. They have all white screens in it. Everywhere I want all white screens. Some of the setups I've seen outside with TVs. Outdoor TVs are crazy expensive. So to have that FLE technology on plexiglass that can filter sunlight, yeah, that's going to be easy for them to run a TV. And they're going to have those small TVs. They have to have a good sized TV, or I can put a huge screen out there for their guests. And I've seen plenty of them outdoor patios with white screen setups. They can coat our technology onto that. But the best way to get that point across also too is to donate, which is nice, something I want to do for Allentown because I do love Allentown. And on top of that, merchants will be walking past that thing all day long. Now we're going to be getting pretty soon an 800 number for our company, which I'm working on right now. So that way we can have our numbers, our information, our emails and stuff like that, where people can reach out and contact their company with interest of our technology. As I told you before, in the direction that we're actually pushing for our new technology, we really don't have to be online. I can literally shut all my websites down and just do business strictly offline if we want to. because our technology has never been really introduced offline. Anyone who we sign a contract with, which I'm not really interested in contracts right now. I do have one person in mind we're going to be working with, but I'm not talking about that right now. It's something between them, and I'm keeping my contract information to myself privately. But anyone who gets a contract with us, you can introduce a technology that has never been really introduced offline. I'm going to basically payment the entire Allentown area and ad tech technology. Everyone who sees that stuff is just jaw dropping. They can't believe it. They think it's a hologram. They're just blown away with it. And expensive projectors are not required. Again, what is your obsession with that spot? Get away from there. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. My cat doing something stupid. Get away, get away, get away from there. They're just obsessed with it. So before we're going to do ad tech where we spray it into your glass. But after doing research, and this is where research is very important, I went and talked to a lot of store owners out there and found out that some store owners don't actually own the store. It's rented by somebody else. It's a bigger corporation, and you have to reach them, and it's a bit of a headache. So would it be better to just basically design a 4x8 pre-coated surface that they can just stick into the window and advertise, and it freaking took off. So now we're just waiting for our paperwork to come back from the lawyers so we can have everything locked in and sealed so we can begin the process of wallpaper in Allentown and ad tech technology. And everybody's going to want it. Everybody. Keep in mind with that technology, not only can you basically cut and manipulate the screen to whatever size you want. It's going to be from 106 where you went from there. But also, too, keep in mind you can do more than advertise. You can actually make your store windows snow. You can make them rain. You can put pumpkin jack-o'-lanterns jumping back and forth. And you can do whatever you want. That's what it's designed to do. And again, advertisement is going to be cheap. You have to pay someone out to put those decal stickers all over that doesn't have any life to it whatsoever. It doesn't bring the window to life. You want to draw attraction. When we did that screen with the fish tank, we had so many people that were walking over because I couldn't record them because, again, you need people's consent before you record. A lot of people don't want to pop up on YouTube, so really can't record anything. But when that screen went up, there were people just sitting there staring at the screen. You had to tell people not to touch the window because, you mark the windows up. But, yeah, they were just staring at the screen. They never seen anything like it. And especially not in the time of the day like that. When we had the ad technology, there were people slowing down and staring at it because they were trying to figure out what the freak it was. So imagine that being in your window on display. You know how much foot traffic you would bring to your front door? That's the whole purpose of the window display, to bring foot traffic, to draw people in to see the items that you are wanting to sell so you can make money. And that's what that ad technology does. But I know there's other products, and we've seen it. I've done my research, but ad tech is the only technology that can filter sunlight. And we have backup demonstrations on that. That's why when you look on your account and you're seeing there's multiple notifications popping up, that's us over there testing. It's not to get views. It's not to get tons of it's to test the technology to make sure it's working the way it's supposed to work. So we have evidence and proof that this actually happened. So that way I can walk into an establishment. Here you go. Boom, 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 boom. This is where it was all set up. This is where we did it at. This is ad tech. There you go. I got people right now still contacting me. And it's not even ready yet. We first launched it on AdTech on how they can get it, where we can get it installed in, do we ship overseas. And just so much information on it. And you have to be to do these tests. You can't literally say that you have this because if it doesn't work, you can run into some lawsuits. You got to back up everything you say. Now I got to meet with the mayor of Allentown. At 250 inches, this screen has to display. We've had the experience. We've done it already, so it's pretty much a cakewalk for us. It's nothing that was easy. And if anyone ever comes up there and says, hey, well, what's the difference between your product and black paint? Well, we got that section covered, too, because we've done tons of demonstrations on black versus black. We've done testing. Never have to worry about that. Stick a gray screen out there and see what happens. You got plenty of them people that will pop up and say, hey, I got gray wall. I bet you does the same thing. A lot of you not. You will bump into them. I've had it happen so many times. It's not even funny. And if you match that screen, you're going to have a big problem on your hands. A big problem. That's why it's best to test your stuff. Very important. So I have no problem with going out. Oh, giant fish tank. I forgot. Oh, this is a demonstration I was telling you about the snowstorm. The screen generated a white level so high it turned the grass white. Look at this. That's the white level at 250 inches. That's how bright that screen was pulled up. Mind you, this is a Titan. We don't even make the Titan anymore. I had a customer, he was wondering about, he has an ultra short throw projector. He has it in it's a gray screen, fully lit environment, and the screen's washed out. And he wanted the screen to pull up. And he says, well, can you show me some demonstrations on ultra short throws? Well, we got a ton of them on ultra short throws. So one of the most impressive demonstrations we did on ultra short throw is an Optima GT 5500. That's a screen that was displayed outside at 140 inches. Mind you, the Optima GT 55s are only designed to do 100 inches only. That's a 100% contrast, so that screen's pulling off. So we went from, a transition to a white to contrast. Gray screens can't pull it. They won't see it. White screens can't register it. They can't transition back and forth. That technology can do it. But anyway, so he wanted to know if our products were ultra short throw compatible. We have tons of demonstrations on ultra short throws, and not even expensive ones, very cheap machines to show you that the screens do all the work. But to show a demonstration of the Optima GT55 outside at 140 inches, yeah, that does it every single time. If we can get a projector to work outside, ultra short throw, which we've done Sony's and different NECs outside, then that means bottom line is your projector inside is a cakewalk for that technology. You have to be to show that. Can't beat the promo. That means, you're in the dark like everybody else, you pretty much don't have much to show. 250 looks actually incredible, doesn't it? That's how insane the white levels are. It was a Titan. What we have now with the Alpha new technology, oh my goodness. White levels on there are going to be a beast. They're going to be an absolute beast. And that's why I turn to the side to show you the screen comes up 100% beautiful white levels.
Steak to be ready. Got loose egg power out, all the looses today. Cheers everybody.
This will look beautiful around Christmas time when you display this thing. So no, they're not going to turn that out. Donation for 250-inch screen? Oh, no. They're going to start making plans on trying to figure out where to put it at, where to set it up. If we got bigger screens, what else are going to go through our inventory? What do we have? We got the AdTech technology. Yeah, our technology is going to be peppered to that entire environment. We had a white projection screen and we did the donation. Guess what? They're not interested. You know why? Because there's dozens of white screens all over freaking Allentown. They don't care. A gray screen? Well, how are you going to register? How would you pick up? You're going to have the same problems as a white screen. You can't pick up 100% contrast. So if they want to do an alternate universe and they want to show something at 7 o'clock in the evening, your screen won't register. It can't pick up. It can't read. And then you're going to have to tell them that, look, we got to do this late at night in order for it to work. We don't have to do this late at night to get it to work. Or we have to spend the money for a very expensive projector to fix the problem that the screen can't read. We don't have to do that either. It's all 720p running right now. That was a fun screen. Oh, here we go. Giant aquarium. So I located about 10 aquarium shops down here. These are the first ones that we're going to get. One, I'm actually giving them a free screen to advertise our company. And we're going to put an aquarium. They can take their aquarium, like I said, put a camera. So shoot them an idea. We can take a camera, and they have the aquarium cameras. Stick this in your tank, and you can advertise that right through your glass. Freaking loved it. So when you have time, when you get everything situated, Mr. Bird, you come down and you see us. Because I got to see this. Yeah. What better way to sell an aquarium than turn your window into an entire aquarium?
Just make myself a bit of a dancing and sprite. Here are the records. Record Company Sat. Now, I should get
Giant, massive, 250-inch aquarium with the snow levels. Pop out of here. Grab me another one. Glad I took the time to go back and do the demonstration. That was some interesting work. The number one screen was interesting to set up. There I am right there. Installing in the screen. A lot of work. That's when I was coming in every day covered in sawdust and mud and dirt and everything, trying to get this thing done, trying to get it finished, trying to get it installed to do these demonstrations. See how flat that thing sits? So when the wind hits it, it doesn't move. It basically, when it hits it, it doesn't go too far out, it doesn't go too far in. It does push in a little bit, just a little bit, because that's been a little slant. So when the screen pushes it out, it lays flat every time. And I was getting mocked. I was getting mocked of being called a dirty person, a dirty human being, because I worked about, I don't know, about 7 or 8 days on this thing, trying to get the screen done. By the time I got done finished, it was late at night. I was tired. I went in, threw some plastic on the sofa, went to sleep. Got back up, went right back out, went back to work to get it done. And that's why I had the 250 sitting out there on display, because it takes it takes faith, hard work, and time to get the job done. Can't cut corners. If you're in the business of cutting corners, it's not going to go well for you. A lot of work to get that done. I had to take all the bricks up, all the heavy bricks, all the logs, everything, carry them to one section, drop them over there, and I had to drop the screws in one by one by one. That ground was soaking wet. My knees were muddy. They were cold. It's a lot of hard work. Now we're going to do a 250-inch white screen. We're going to do a half and half. The reason why we're doing that is we're going to leave one plane to show people, you know, why our technology is more advanced. That's something you have to be able to prove. You can't have a match, you can't have a hiccup. You have to show a massive difference between night and day. I had to cut all the tassels, and that was a freaking. Well, now I know how to do it. It's not that hard. This one I had to take it down. Yeah, because I was recoding it for a Black Series edition. So the whole screen had to be taken down and recoded and put right back up again. And also too, that's when I brought the screws to anchor the screen down. Oh man, this is the OLED demonstration at 250 inches. Oh, by the way, look at that white level. That's impressive, ain't it? That's insane. Yeah, 250 inches can generate that much white light. Black screens aren't supposed to be to generate light like that. So I'm pretty sure they're going to advertise. Oh, there's the boat whackers one you got in here, and that's the projector museum back there. I'm pretty sure they're going to companies are going to want to advertise off this thing. BSE is going to make money off of it. So that is the OLED demonstration. I think we had demonstrations done on why the white screen won't register correctly. So if you think in your head because you're outside and it's dark and you really don't need black technology, you're sadly mistaken. Your screen can't see color, it doesn't register contrast, it won't pick up at all, period. You're watching a faded image. You spent a lot of money for a projector that you are not getting the chance to use to its full potential because your screen can't register color and contrast. That's a 720p running right now. So we make 720p, $270. That's a Chrissy, I think it's a Chrissy LW401. See how it's no gray? See how the screen, when it basically produces black, everything there turns into a huge, massive black hole. And without the height in their technology, well, it wouldn't have the ability to be able to pull up very high white levels. All that stuff is tested on black versus black. Those demonstrations are extremely important for testing our technology.
It's too cloudy. It's quite cool this morning. Morning for sense of security, I think.
So probably around summertime, we'll be getting ready to add in these cinema flow. I told you we're working on our own version of our own inflatable screens. Those things are going to be actually outstanding. I can't wait to show those off.
It is very nice in here, and you can probably tell it blocks out the light really well when you put everything sort of looking down. Which is dangerous for a plane. Yeah.
City scene. The contrast levels. I'm seeing some of our other sets we're gonna have, like for the advertisings that we're gonna need, this advertising cubes that we're gonna be designing with our technology. I'm going to see if we can. I gotta go through zoning because I gotta see exactly how we're gonna set something up like that to begin with. So I'll get a chance to talk with him again about some future projects I'm working on. He can help us with it on how we can get this system set up. And in that way, we can do advertising to these cubes because this is going to make Allentown absolutely amazing with these new advertising cubes we're designing with that FLE, that technology, the advertising technology. Yes. Look how white that level is. It's a black technology generating that. That is absolutely insane. At 250 inches, it's able to generate a white level literally that high. Mind you, projector's only 4,000. 4,000 lumens. For some reason, well, that's a lot. Not when you're outside. You don't get 4,000 lumens by the time you make contact with that screen. There is more light outside running right now than there is in your home with the lights on. You'd be surprised. The Star Wars screen, we had a projector of 4,000 lumens when it was running that one, and that screen was able to run outside. You don't have 4,000 lumens. When you start off with your projector, there's no way in the world you're going to start with 4,000 and end with 4,000. That's virtually impossible. And depending on how far back your screen's going to sit, or your projector's going to sit, is how much lumens you're going to lose by the time you make it from A to B. Then you got to talk about the screen size that's involved in that also too. So that's why when I see demonstrations, the people doing demonstrations outside, they'll have a much smaller screen because again, they can compress the image or keep it at a shorter distance, all that stuff. We see all that. We notice all that. You have to do it at big, large images, much bigger screen sizes. There's our contrast levels. Ooh, look at that. That's insane. Like I said, that's what's going to put our technology on the map. Right now, I want to be able to dominate the outdoor screen setups. And like I said, the only thing we have outside is a white screen, so it's pretty much easy for us to take over with no problem whatsoever. Pretty soon, Allentown's like a what's the word? It's like a tourist attraction. We have people come down here from all different places, from New York City, all different places to come down here. They're gonna see that technology. They're gonna want that technology in their city. That's why I said, one summer, millionaire, easily. And technology feeds itself. No, this works out the way we will, and it will. Like I said before, it's a free screen at 250 inches. You can't miss this monster. We put a couple of screens in Allentown for free. And that way, they have the bragging rights of having at 250-inch black technology projection screens for display. Everyone's going to come out to see this thing because they're used to seeing the screens in white. I remember I was setting my screens up front, and I would basically be pulling them up, and I'd be setting up, and have people come across the street and go, "Oh, you got your screen on backwards. You're supposed to have the white side." I said, "No, these screens are black." Is it black? And I said, "Yes, a black screen." Like, how is that even possible? I was like, it is. It's possible. It's black technology. We developed it. And when those colors would boom blow through the screen, right there, man, they'd be freaking blown away by just looking at that. Just looking at it, staring at it. Can I touch it? Go ahead and touch it. This is crazy. This can't be real. Yeah, it is real. It's the same way on how I felt. I know how it feels. When the first time I first heard about Goose Screen, or somebody said you could paint, because I had all monitors, and somebody said we could paint a screen on your wall. I was like, screen on your wall? What kind of freaking nonsense is that? That doesn't sound like, how does it even work? And the guy said, well, it's a paint. that you paint on your wall. And I'm like, oh man, that's crazy. I got to see this for myself. So first one I had it was my brother's son. He had one. He had a glue screen. And I went in and saw, I was like, wow, this is crazy. I was like, I touched it? Yeah, I was touching the screen. This is pretty crazy. When the projector came out, I was like, whoa, that's insane. Like, that's crazy. I was looking at this projector, I was looking at the screen. And then I knew about that technology. But then we got around to when I saw Diamond for the first time. And they were talking about he has a black screen. I was like, that's virtually impossible because I was developing screen paints already. I had great products already. I said, that's impossible. How does it have a black screen? Like, how do you get a black screen to generate white light? How is that possible? And so I was fascinated by their technology. When I first saw that demonstration of him taking that sample sheet, moving around in circles, and everywhere that screen went, everything popped up. And then my vice president got it, and he says, man, this thing is like a little tiny TV. It's impressive. But I'm thinking at the time that great technology is the future. Great paint is the future, the future, the future. Yeah, when I got that, he gave me the sample sheet for my birthday. So when I went down, I took it home and I put it against my screen, thinking as I'm walking home, I'm going to be able to take this with no problem. It's probably going to come up too dark and it's not going to produce a high enough white level. Sound familiar? Yeah, I already know that one already because that's what I thought about the diamond technology. Until I got it home and put it against my screen and realized this was an amazing, superior technology. And I spent all night just throwing my screen paints up there, and this thing was dominating everything I threw up there. And I said, oh, shoot, I'm in the wrong direction. I got to go in a different direction in order to be able to compete or basically have this kind of technology. And that's what I did. I spent those years developing black technology because at first we already had the gunmetal. We were at a point where we actually could produce an image that looked just like a diamond. This is the reason why they reached out to and contacted me and sent me the letter. I'm not going to tell you what else went on, but that's why they contacted us. Then, as looking at the screen and seeing that it wasn't black and it was gunmetal, but it was a really dark screen, darker than anything I've ever seen, I thought to myself, I want a physical black screen because I thought I was seeing a black screen, so I want a black screen. And that's where we started our road on the digital 4K crystal onyx of developing black technology 8 years ago. And now we have that technology right now. We have a technology that can generate white levels at that incredible rate on a projector that costs next to nothing for the consumer, that can produce outstanding images. We have that technology now. So when I was talking to the fellow who was looking at the Optima GT55 outside, and he says, is that new? I said, no, that's old. We don't even make that anymore. Our technology is beyond that now. Technology you're seeing here, for you guys, you may think it's impressive. For us, we don't, because we have technology beyond that now. We got FLE technology. Look how incredible that looks. Looks just like a TV. We're going to have people out there in crowds just staring at it. So when I was setting up my screen, I had people already across the street watching me set up a black screen. They just couldn't believe the screen was black. Even had a police officer drive by and stop and park and look at the screen. Because they're not used to seeing the colors and contrast. They're used to seeing an outdoor screen look like a TV. Came over and gave me his business card. He said, what's that? It's a black screen standing in front of the projector. He's like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Yeah. It's gonna take off like crazy. Now, I would have never thought about donating the screen if it wasn't for the whole zoning thing. Because when I went down to the zoning thing, and I thought to myself, hey, this is a perfect place to, if I wanted to do that, this is where I would go. And thank you for getting me in that direction. So we got a chance to meet some nice people. People are going to help us out with whatever we need. And then on top of that, I got some things, some paperwork that I needed to basically go in and file additional charges. So yeah, everything worked out perfectly. Look at that lead popping up, that QLED. God's not going to sit there and let his servants be destroyed by the devil. It's not going to happen. You know, people want to believe that. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I wasn't aware that humans were more powerful than God. So no, it's not going to happen. Anything that anyone tries to do against us at the end of the day, it's just basically going to go in our favor. It will always go in our favor, no matter what. It will always go in our favor, regardless. It will always go in our favor. So I ended up walking to a situation, got a chance to talk, meet the person. Fantastic dude. Just meet some other people in there. Gave me some information on what I need to do in here to do some things that I didn't know what I had to do. Helped me, walk me through me, gave me the applications and all that, so I can get all that set up, and then turned around and gave me information from the mayor and Parks and Recreation to get a giant screen put out there for Allentown. So yeah, they hooked me up. And now if I have any other future projects, I can bring it by them, which I plan to do because I want to bring up the cube. And they want to be a part of that. They want to get a little credit on that. Like, yeah, we helped this guy put this cube in. Like this guy right here. Yeah, my name is going to be in Allentown. I'm going to have little plaques with my name on my technology in Allentown. Now, am I doing the screen strictly for advertising business? Well, it's half and half. Yeah, yes. And another half too, because I love Allentown. I really do. It's a beautiful, tight-knit community. One of the things I noticed as I walked around, the people down there are amazingly friendly. And then they have these little pockets of parks where people sit down. And they don't give you like a little snub or look at you like you're strange if you have a conversation with you. They're very nice and very pleasant people. And the one thing, that's what I said, when I looked around, I said, man, we need a giant screen down here, like a movie night to bring everybody together. Everybody's together anyway, but I'm just saying to have them all together just talking and chatting. It's a very amazing community. I can go to the post office, see somebody at the post office, and bump into the same person like 4 or 5 times. Downtown somewhere or somewhere, I'm always bumping into somebody I already know. Pretty much, I know most of the people I've actually walked around and seen in the city already. Have a conversation. Hey, how you doing? Nothing much. And so that, blah, 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 so and so and so and so. You know, and it's gonna be fantastic. They're gonna know who I am. Like, yeah, that's the guy right there who put the 250 down here. Man, it's gonna be fantastic. That's what I love about it. When I was walking through a park in Allentown, I found it, like I said, Allentown's so interesting because you always find these little pockets of little interesting mom and pop stores that make the most amazing food or it's just incredible. I've never seen anything like it. And when you walk through the park, I found a small park. I didn't even know it was even there. I thought I knew all of Allentown. I'm pretty sure I'm still learning stuff at the end of the day. So I just walk around looking for stuff, just taking pictures of stuff. I just find everything so interesting. But as I was walking to this park, zero graffiti, no graffiti at all whatsoever. The park is fully intact. You know what I mean? Basketball courts, everything. It's like they just built it brand new. It's incredible. I'm used to seeing graffiti, parts missing, the rims missing off basketball courts, bleachers missing, you know, the bathrooms filthy and disgusting. I'm used to seeing that kind of stuff. No, not down there. I walked to that park. I was like, oh man, I've never seen anything like this. Like, I'm amazed by it. I never get used to the trees in the background. Never get used to that. Every time I walk across that bridge, I never get used to seeing those beautiful trees. I can see why everybody in Allentown has such pleasant attitude. It's a beautiful place to be at. It really is. Should have moved down here sooner. Only regret I have. Wish I could have moved down here sooner. I would have spent time in Allentown. I would have, well, if I spent time in Allentown, with a chance to get wrecked the giant screen. But still, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. And that's why I'm donating this giant screen to them. Because, again, I love Allentown. I found out that the museum is free admission. I'm thinking that, okay, it costs money. I'll get around to seeing it when I have time. And then I never have the time. And now I find it's free admission. I'm popping down next Saturday. They got an art exhibit coming up. I want to wait really around Christmas time. I'm pretty sure there's some pretty cool stuff in there to check out. But yeah, it's free. I'm going to walk in there and basically check out, and hopefully I can do some recordings in there. And also to want to talk to the person over in the museum, because again, we want to do that technology on glass, the picture frame. I told you we show the picture frame with the cool images popping. We can turn the images to life. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to pop over there and show them that technology so we can get a huge, massive picture frame where we can actually put in living, live art right into the frame. That's going to be a beautiful display. They're going to freaking love it. And that screen's going to be jet black. This 250 is, man. I'm going to look at this up real quick. Picture frame projection. I wonder if I can find that thing. Projector mapping, picture frame projection screen. Well, that projector mapping ain't cheap. I told you something expensive. Projector mapping, like, yeah, it's they're a bit. You know, projector mapping. Let's see if we put it up on our end. Now, of course, when I walk into that establishment, Mr. Bird must wear the suit. Because in certain areas, I can't go in there wearing the hoodies and jeans and stuff like that. Like, hey, we got this technology, so and so. I'll be wearing a nice little casual suit when I walk in. Let's go over here and grab this. Now, there's a casino up here, too, also, too. Oh, yes. So the casino, I've been through there. I've gone through it. Just about everything I can actually walk through now. It's everything which is in walking distance. The casino's not too far from here. So basically, I walked over in there and I got a chance to walk around, look at the floors. I was staring at the floors. I don't even care about the walls and stuff, but they're just coated in lights. But I was staring at their floors. We can put koi fish in their lobbies. Or anything you want to turn the floor into, which we're going to do up here because we're going to do the entire floor up here. For the gaming setup, I'm going to do the plywood. I'm going to turn the entire floor into a giant screen. I'm going to do it into koi fish, or we want to turn the floor into it if we want to. I'm trying to figure out my projector positioning right now to get that done. Let me see. I'm going to come out of here. Oh, I hope they have a pajama night. That'd be cool. We get a pajama night. That'd be awesome. We're going to all sit up there and watch movies. Projector mapping. This will be me right here. We've done all this stuff already. This is why it's important to do all these tests and all these demonstrations. Very important.
This is the gear net. I guess you could put shoes or boots in there, only in the summer, not so much the winter, if there was another shoes and not dry and cooling down.
Is that cool or what? So imagine them having a frame in there about the size of a 120-inch screen on display with projector mapping software. Their stuff would be far more advanced than what we're using right now, but they can actually bring all their paintings to life. And the reason why the projector mapping is important is because basically you can size it and fit it just right. You can also do this with a projector, but your projector is going to have lens shift to do it. So do you have to have projector mapping? No, not really. You can actually do it with a projector on our black technology, and you can basically have to fit it, but you're going to need lens shift, like I said, to pull that off, because it's going to be hard to try to position your projector to fit that spot. At 120-inch, you can have that fit just right. So basically, they can put any kind of live art into that. Bring the images to life. So I'll get a chance to do a research because I'll be walking around in their exhibit pretty soon, just to see exactly what they have set up in there. And we can produce our high white levels, so as you can see, everything. See how screen's jet black? Yeah, it's black technology. That's the technology. It's supposed to be so dark, virtually impossible. No one can see it. Okay. Okay. But anyway, look at that. So I'm going to do a 120-inch customized frame, get a nice little gaudy, fancy frame around it. And basically, since we're the artist, we get our name at the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Because they put a little tag at the bottom of us. And we're going to put this in their museum. They can even go in, just to show you why you can't use a gray screen. Gray screen can't register at all. I have no idea why people still use gray screens and white screens. They're out. Well, white screens, you can understand. Because white screens are cheap. You can paint over top of them. You can upgrade them. A gray screen, you're going to pay a little bit more for. You get a white screen, which is an elite screen, you're going to pay somewhere between $300 and $400 for it, depending on the size of it. And if you get a gray screen, you're going to pay $800 to $900, even $700, and some are even at $1,200 because this screen is gray. And you literally just bought an upgrade version of a white screen. White screen can't see contrast, gray screen see a little bit of contrast, but it ain't by much. So pretty much, yeah, you have an outdated screen. That's why your projector looks like crap. When I go on YouTube and I see people stuck in dark environments and colors are washed out and faded and can't see contrast levels. That's one of the things I can never understand, is how people will look at a gray screen and go, oh, I see contrast. No, you don't see contrast. It's equivalent of basically trying to figure out how to see 4K off a projector that compresses. You're not seeing 4K, it's compressed. doesn't register. And keep in mind, if you notice, museums have tons and tons of commercial light in them. So again, you're going to have to be able to register in that environment without washing out. Black screens can thrive in those environments. As I showed you the demonstration, and I showed them the demonstration, me walking around a building with a $178 projector under my arm and producing in any environment that we wanted to without changing the environment. That's what you got to prove. You got to show that star field. Can't just stick to things that are going to look good on camera. I see that a lot. We'll stick to bright colors because they'll look better on camera. No, you got to show everything. So what happens is you basically fake it on YouTube, and then you're in a live demonstration where you have to be on site and say, hey, look, we want to put a star field, a galaxy in there, really heavy dark contrast. Can your screen do this? And we need to be in this kind of lighting. You're not going to be able to persuade those people at the end of the day to darken that environment to improve your contrast levels. That's not going to work. They don't want to hear that. That's the reason why they had the lights installed in there. So they can see, not darken the environment. If that's the case, you have to be in darker environments like movie theaters and areas where basically they would accept that kind of, darkness. Oh, there's the Van Gogh. So once I get the zoning permits for something that I want to do, and I'm looking to get a license here in Allentown for something that I want, I'm going to be able to advertise this right out in the park. So they'll be to come outside and see this demonstration right in the park, right across from the art museum. They have events over there too, so I can set this up right there in the park with my EcoFlow system, and they can come outside and see that screen outside, because I think that'd be more impressive of showing them. Doing a demonstration and all that light in there, not impressive to me. That's easy for us. Let's show them something impossible. So let's take it outside and do that demonstration. That's the way my brain functions at the end of the day. I don't like to do anything easy. See the gray screen up there with the Van Gogh? See how fast it washes out? It doesn't read. That's why when I see people with gray screens, I already know from the door what you got. Your screen can't read. We know that from the door. Even gunmetal, the black diamonds and the dark star 9s and the big heavy gunmetal screens, even they know that at the end of the day your screen can't read. That's what they call the what do you call it? It's more like a budget paint. That's what you got. So you don't have a high grade setup. You have maybe a projector, maybe high grade. Your seats may be high grade. Your environment you may have maybe high grade, but your screen is a budget. Black technology can take out gunmetal. That puts our screen actually much more higher than the other screens, because we can take out a gunmetal screen. I got high-end certified behind me right now that can easily put against our technology, and we can actually overpower it. So that's that when it comes to that. A gray screen, yeah, you have a bottom dollar screen. That's what you have. Your budget product, that's what you have. That's why you're stuck in these certain environments and you can't produce, because your screen can't generate. Your projector has the capability, your screen just doesn't have it. So you have a budget screen, that's what you have. When you go into high-end form sites, go into a high-end form site. People sitting up there with $5,000, $20,000 screens. They got black diamonds in there. They got the DMP Supernova. They got the elite screens. They got daylight screens. They got all the heavy gunmetal technology. Those screens are in there. Walk in there with a gray screen and brag about your system and see what happens. They'll laugh at you. What the freak you got? Gray paint? What is that stuff at the end of the day? You can't even see a contrast level, because their contrast levels are far more advanced than yours. Your setup's not even done right. Why would you put that in there? Or you just spend the $20,000 or the $40,000 or $50,000 for one of these units over here. You spent that kind of money for that projector to begin with. I can just cough it up for the screen. You didn't have to. Yeah, you can get ridicule. You can get ripped a new one in there. We can walk in there with black technology and crush them and go, man, why the heck did you buy a gunmetal screen to begin with? You can't even pull a 100% contrast level. Look at this. Oh, this is our white levels right here. This is my white levels at 250 inches. How about that? Yeah, my screens have this kind of ambient light. You're in an ambient light controlled environment. Why are you in an ambient light controlled environment? You can't even take that thing outside. You pay $5,000 for that thing at the end of the day? Really? You pay that much for that projector? That's a $270 projector sitting behind me right now. Oh, 4K and 720p? There's a difference? Oh, not on our technology. Here's a demonstration of our technology versus 4K and 720p. Knock yourself out. Try to figure out which one's which. Yeah, we shut them down when we go in those rooms. It's funny how they shut the gray screens down when they walk in there. They shut the white screens down when they go in there. We shut them all down. We walk in. We walk into OLED. sites where they had OLED TVs. And first thing we asked them, hey, you guys got that Stonehenge effect going on. The Stonehenge effect is when you have a TV and you have these giant massive speakers all wrapped around it. We call that the Stonehenge effect. So, how come you just don't go with a bigger screen, you know, because, you know, your sound is literally bigger than your TV. And they'll say, well, you know, the TVs are expensive. You know, if I want to go to 100 inches, pretty much buying a house, you know, it's very expensive. You know, it's an easy target for my kids to throw a Matchbox card and crack the side of the screen. There's all kinds of excuses, getting into a doorway, all kinds of stuff. And then we talk about, you know, why don't you get a gray screen or a projection screen? I want that trash at the end of the day. They can't see in 100% contrast. My screen reads 100% black. Show me a screen that can see 100% black. Here comes the smile. Show me a screen I can use when I come in the door. I can turn my screen on and my TV on, and I don't have to be stuck in a dark environment, no ambient light controlled environment. At least I can see the things in my environment with a TV. And he's right on all of that. He's definitely right on that. But then I show him black technology. Guess what? We can read 100% contrast. Yeah, we can pull up in fully lit environments, and we maintain our color, contrast, and white levels with no problem whatsoever. How much did you pay for your setup at the end of the day? So your TV's doing 16:9 actual or 16:9 format? Because this does a 16:9 actual. I do 16:9, 16:10, and can switch to 235.1. Can you do a 235.1 in your setup? Oh, you can't do a 235.1 in your setup. How much did that cost you at the end of the day? Wow, that's crazy. But this is a 4K TV, and that's a 720p. Oh, we go back to that topic. Here you go. This is 4K versus 720p. This is what it looks like on our technology. And the first thing we hear is, where do we order? So we can walk anywhere in any environment and display with no problem. TV, whatever. And then we show them that phantom technology sitting next to a TV, and they go, good gracious, you got to be kidding me. Like, y'all evolving to that point now? I say, we are evolving, not they. It's a difference. Yeah. There we go. If that hurts some people in the background, well, you got to accept reality. Your stuff does not work. You see right there? That's projector mapping application. Projector mapping applications requires a 100% contrast level in order to get visual effects to operate correctly, especially in fully lit environments. And this does not work on gray and white screens at all, period. Oh, I forgot about that. Shoot, we can do it. A portal. I'm putting in a portal. Why did I think about that? I always want to do a portal. I'm definitely going to put in a portal. I always wanted to build a portal. And now we can build a portal. Because we got the room to build a portal. We can design one in here. That's sick. I should put a Stargate in here. For the wall. Can we have lights on with this? Yeah, sure we can. Same light rejection technology. We can do that. I'm putting in a portal. I'm literally going to put a portal in here now. I want one now.
My upstairs bedroom is beckoning me, but I must cook.
Oh, yeah, we definitely got to put one in. Every time I see some of my technology, like, we got to put that in there, got to put that in there. We're going to have to run up everything in here. But that would be sick. Look at, I'm definitely going to put a portal in. It's definitely happening. Oh, my goodness. We got to do a portal with a thundercloud effect around it. That's what we got to do. We got to do a thundercloud. I already ordered this stuff already, just to let you know. I went out and I ordered a sample to figure exactly how it works. I ordered the cotton, I ordered the LED lights, and the glue gun. I want to design my own setup. I want to see how this stuff works in the day. Before I actually invest the money into doing the whole entire majority of the ceiling, I want to invest in to see exactly how this stuff works. So I actually bought mine already. But I want to do a setup with that thundercloud display and the portal at the same time. That would be sick. Now, you see where I told you that in order to use projector mapping applications, you have to read a 100% black. That particular graphic design that's popping right now, the background has to be 100% black, and the orb that's coming through has to produce an extremely high white level, and that black screen has to read white levels and contrast at the exact same time to pull off this effect. Keep in mind, when the scanner reads the screen, it has to draw white light from the screen, or everything just comes up too dark. Ooh. I do a couple of these actually. Look at this one right here. There's the portal. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. But I think when I do my screen, I'm doing my screen circle. We got projector mapping technology. I'm doing a circle screen. I wanted to build a circle screen in the last place. I never got around to doing it. Now, how do we go about building a circle screen? That's something that'll be interesting. We're gonna need a circle frame to do this. Oh yeah, I remember what we're gonna do. So basically, they sell these giant hula hoops. These things are huge. So we're actually gonna get this giant hula hoop, and we're actually going to turn that into a screen. It's going to be an interesting project on how we're going to get this thing to wrap around with the fabric without having any wrinkles or any imperfections to do it. So yeah, we're going to start with a frame of a giant hula hoop. That's how we literally have to build the frame. I want the screen to be circle because the mapping technology, it doesn't make a difference. We can just map it within that circle and be done. And then we can put the thunderclouds around it. That is going to be sick. Should have had this in the air. I should have this in the air because I want it off from the wall a little bit so it has a little bit of yeah, we could do that. I have to build me a little, to push it a little bit off the wall, just a little bit, and we can do the background like in a thunder effect, like just pushing off of it. Oh, that's gonna be sick. That's definitely gonna be sick. I'm definitely gonna build that. Look at the puzzles. Oh, I got you guys way up too high. There we go. I can see this a little better. There we go. So you see that white level popping off that black surface like that in order that to work? Yeah, well, guess what? If it worked by other people's standards, by what their reviews were, that thing, you couldn't even see it. I plan to have a few of these in the art museum. I think people will find that abstract art quite fascinating. So there's so many projects that we're going to be working on. I got the art museum. I've got that advertising store that does the advertising for window technology. They said we can display for free as long as we can put their advertisement too. They want some of their advertising on that technology. And of course, the other companies that are advertising are going to see that technology. And they're going to want it. And we're going to sell it to them. Make a bundle off of it. And then anybody on Allentown, sneaker stores, pizza shops, clothing stores, foods, whatever you want. At the end of the day, they're going to want that same technology embedded in their glass. That stuff's going to be everywhere. At 1600, we're going to do a 1600. I think we're trying to do 1600. 1600 for a 4x8. Pretty soon we'll have the art museum with virtual technology, like you're seeing right there, projector mapping technology, live actual visual picture frames that can react. And then that casino, because the casino it's more of a we have to come strong in there. We have to show our technology works, so it's best to do that one last. That way, if we're already established with the giant monster screen, we're already established with the window technology, and at the museum over there, or in the process of the museum, we can walk in there easy and say, hey, look, we're already littered through Allentown. You can just drive around, take a look at what we have to offer. We can turn your floor into koi fish. They will never stop talking about it. They'll come and that's all they'll talk about. The most boring place in a restaurant is the lobby. The lobby sucks. You sit in the lobby, you gotta wait for a table to come up or maybe a pre-table to come up. All right, imagine in your lobby, you can turn your floor into koi fish. You know how beautiful that would look? Your customers wouldn't even want to leave the lobby at one point. That's all they'll talk about is your restaurant at the end of the day. Yeah, we walked in and the floor had koi fish, like real koi fish. No, it was like some kind of hologram or what it was, but the floor was moving. It was dragonflies and all that stuff, which we done these demonstrations. It's insane. Like you gotta go there, you gotta see the floor. People will come there to see the floor and go buy food. Got a nice little restaurant? Guess what? Put a screen on the side of your wall. Because people like to eat while they watch. You know, it's the movie theater effect. The woman we did a cartoon screen for. She had a big ice cream shop. We put a Tom and Jerry screen out there. A screen that just showed 24-hour cartoons, all the old cartoons from back in the day. People sit there and eat ice cream and just watch cartoons. If you want to advertise and you want business at the end of the day, you have to go with the technology that actually works. Technology has been tested and a technology that can be proven. When I have customers ask me what's the guarantee of our products have batch numbers sitting on it. That product is tested before it's sent out the door. You can always go back and check your video on that batch number. And we do some crazy batch number demonstrations. I like doing the crazy batch numbers. I try to keep professional, but I gotta have fun with it. Because I get bored. If I have to do the same thing over and over again, I'm gonna get really bored with this quick. So I got to do crazy stuff like ripping up a box and sticking it to a wall with a stapler gun, painting over it and turning it into a screen so it all blends in together. Because if nothing proves your product works at the end of the day, I think tearing apart a cardboard box and taping it to a wall and painting it over and turning it to a screen, I don't know what wouldn't. So we got to do crazy stuff in our batch numbers. Now, we're going to be doing less here as we start working on the other place over there and more over there, which I'm thinking about picking me up a paintball gun full of black paint so I can splatter it all over our screen for fun. Got to do something, have some fun with it. Have some reenactments or something, run out of there and just throw paint a little, just do crazy stuff with it. Because I want the batch numbers to be sane and off the record, but I want people to look at it like have fun with the batch numbers. We can back it up, but we can have fun with it too. Look at that. Look how crazy that looks. That is a 100% black level screen that can generate that white level like that. So we can take a flat surface and make it look like something you can walk into. Now, all this technology you're seeing, this is all obsolete. We don't even make it anymore because now the technology we have is beyond that. The best technology we have in there is a dedicated black CINEMAX. I will tell you something right now. Any technology we bring out and you see people automatically grab to it and start hating on it, that's the ones they fear the most. They fear them the most. That's how we notice. We recognize that. A paint that they constantly talk about all the time is a paint that they fear. That's why we requested the black paint send down. It never happened. Never got it. No response. Not a thing. Nothing. Talked to customers about that. They contacted me. Said, yeah, we saw that. We saw you request it, and nothing at all. Not a thing. Of course, they know our stuff is tested. That's why. So, next thing you got to know is, are you going to get a batch number guarantee with your product? Can they back it? This right here, we got to do this for an art museum or art exhibit. There's plenty of art exhibits down there. This would be hot for a display. So we have so many options and just painting a wall at the end of the day on what we can utilize the technology for. Let's come out of this right here. This is projector mapping. So you can go to my site on YouTube and you can dig up 235.1s. We built them, we designed them. Projector mapping applications. You can check all those out. We've done tons of those on here. You want to know how to paint a projection screen? We got to know how to build your own projection screen, design your own projection screen stands. You can actually design that in there. All that's in there, all that information. Ceiling technology. If I want to go to, let's see, floor projection screens. Floor projection screens. It's funny, when you put down floor projection screens, they have floor as in the screens that pull from the floor. Ooh, we're talking about something completely different. Let me say floor projection screen. Because what they see is floor projection screen as a screen that's coming up out of the floor. We see a little different than that. Let's go over here. I don't know where the taco at. All right. Oh, and we're going to get ready in the process this summer because, man, Allentown is a huge animal community. There's cats, there's dogs, there's everyone running around with their pets and stuff. I'm going to be introducing pretty soon Taco Screen Paint. As I told you before, all proceeds for Taco Screen Paint goes to the SPCA to help animals out. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have plenty of people on board that are animal lovers to help us with that project. Let's go with floor projection screens. All right, so this is, oh, yeah, I forgot about this one, the floor. Check this one out. This is freaking beast. That paint spray. Whoosh. That's a short one we did right there. Oh, the Pac-Man screen. Was this a styrofoam? Oh, we did a styrofoam screen already. It was pretty easy to do. That's the Pac-Man screen, the gaming screen. I might do my screen like that. See, I can go back and get ideas of stuff that's why I record everything that we do, so I can always go back and go, hey, I'm gonna build this. That is the Pac-Man screen. That's on an Epson. Oh, I forgot about that. The Epsons have flat mode on them. They have a tabletop flat mode. But you got to get that stand for it to do it. That whole setup cost me $95. That's it. I got the stand and I got the projector for $95. The Epson projectors, ultra short, those are cheap. You can get those for pretty much next to nothing. Our technology, they pull up absolutely incredible. Look at that. That's a Pac-Man display. I'm going to check out that koi fish.
Good morning.
That's before I did the ceiling black. That's the ultra short throw. What's the Sony? Is it Sony? Oh, that's an optimal ultra short throw right there. On my other screen right there. Here we go. Ultra short throw demonstration. Overlap.
I was kind of looking at it this morning and so you seem to see it absolutely everywhere as well.
Why you can't use white screens? They don't function. You won't read it.
Which I read, it's not just ABS plastic, it's like fiberglass with ABS plastic as well. Which is cool. But yeah, insulation, as thin as it may be, does help for sure on the cameras. There's kind of a...
There's no hardwood floor wouldn't pick up. So basically, yeah, somebody said, okay, so if I take the projector, and I get this all the time, they think because if you just buy the projector that we're using in the demonstration, you're going to get the same reaction. You will not. Do not do that. You'll be sadly mistaken. I've had somebody contact me to pick my brain for information on how to do something at the end of the day. They ask all these questions. They show a slight interest in the paint, just to keep my attention there. But I've been to this dozens of times, so I know exactly what their intentions are. And they'll sit there and ask me all these questions about how to construct and build something that they need for a project, which I already know how to put together. So I enlighten them. I show them how to design it. And they feel that if they get the projector we use in a demonstration, they would get the same reaction on whatever surface they put it on. They are sadly mistaken. So later on, they'll contact me. They don't put the order in. They basically give me the runaround. And then later on, they'll contact me saying that we need to order the paint. You know, you need to order the paint because you thought the projector we used in the demonstration was going to do all the work for you. You didn't realize that the screen is the biggest part of the projector setup. It's needed for the projector to work. And therefore, I won't sell them the paint. Because at that particular time, you have wasted my time and you have insulted my intelligence. And your money is not worth anything to me, so therefore you cannot buy it. Good luck. I've done all the testing. I know exactly what'll work and what won't work. Without our technology, that whole setup is not worth nothing. And at the end of the day, all these projectors we use in our demonstrations are not worth a dime without that technology attached to it. And as I've done the research and I know what's out there already on the market and what you're going to be facing already before you hit it, you're not going to be able to get that project finished without our tech. This is why I don't have problems with turning down order reserve, basically denying someone to be able to buy our products at the end of the day because I already know what's waiting for you. Without our technology, your screens won't work. But if you don't believe me, mimic any of my demonstrations. And please don't put our screen, don't try to do the demonstration in a dark environment. I can never understand when people try to say they have our products and they put us in dark environments. What the freak are we doing in dark environments? We specialize in ambient light projection technology. Advanced ambient light projection, superior ambient light projection, superior ambient light projection, FLE technology. Why are we in a dark environment with you? If that's supposed to be our product, it should be matter of fact, it should be outside. If you're really going to be showing up our stuff. Oh, this was a good screen to build. But I'm not going to do this one this time. I want to paint this one to the floor. That was, what, 150 or looks like 180, somewhere in that size. I'm going to find that koi fish setup. That koi fish was nice. So that's nice. Koi fish was nice. Is the koi fish? Yeah, that's the koi fish. Yeah, that is koi fish. Yeah, that's the koi fish. As we painted over the mats and turn them into koi fish. I'm not doing the mats. I'm doing my whole freaking floor with that technology. Because what I want to have is, since we're going to do the whole floor, and I like the Pico projectors, we're going to use the I am going to use the NEC because that's going to do the main screen that we have near our gaming couch. So that's going to do a 150-inch gaming display. But I also want to have like a trot system where I can have projectors like Picos mounted to the wall where I can swing them out and I can show images off the floor. Is that cool or what? You got to do things outside the walls. That's just going to, it's going to be the ultimate gaming man cave when we get done with it. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one right here. We did this one already? Yeah, we did this one. Put the lights on with the spiral. Let me see right here. Yeah, we did this one already. That's the outer space. Oh, it's the football outside plexiglass. Been there, done that. The white screen. Ooh. Oh yeah, this is the techno screen. Nightclubs. What's up here? We'll also be embarking upon them also too, showing this technology in nightclub applications. Can you imagine the floor being turned into this? And you're at a nightclub. And again, no special effects, high-powered lights, a fire stick, a cheap 720p projector, and our coating right on the floor, no problem. Outstanding weight levels. And even watch koi fish right off the floor. All right, people. Well, I got a lot of plans. Actually, looking through all of that and just figuring exactly how much we can utilize our technology just about anywhere we want down here. We don't have any ceilings down here for our technology. With the new stuff coming in, the FLE technology, so now we can actually combat with sunlight. We're not going to really have too many areas that we can't project through. We're pretty much could dominate everything down here. We'll donate a lot of high technology, and we're going to make a ton of money while we're down here. The first start, 250-inch massive screen. You know, to have that down here is going to be cool because, again, like I said, I watch the community, I watch other people act and everything, and it'd be beautiful to have a screen that can all sit there and watch movies together. Oh, that thing would be fantastic. We're doing watching Home Alone, or if we're doing like the Christmas Story for Christmas time. Oh, that'd be freaking fantastic. So all they have to do is figure out exactly where to set it up at. That's the main thing. The screen they're going to get for free. We want to donate 250-inch massive screen to them. They just have to figure out where they're going to set the screen up at and how everything's going to be set up. But it's pretty easy to do. They're going to have to put the projector up on a tripod, so a very high one. I've seen this before in different demonstrations on outside displays with projection setups. They set the projector up on a tripod inside of an outer box. So basically keeps the projector cool. It keeps it from overheating and all that stuff and moisture and all that stuff like that. And of course, they're probably going to have to get a high-end one because they're going to need something they can actually get access to the projector through Bluetooth or whatever to order to upload movies or whatever, how they're going to do it. But they know what they're doing at the end of the day to get the job done. They just don't have our black technology to get the job done. Most likely, they would probably have a white screen out there and that thing would look like trash. So basically, we're going to do a side-by-side showing the comparison of our technology versus a white screen, which is all we need to do. That's very easy. Showing we can pull up at different times of the day. That's not hard to do because we've done it. And anyone who comes up and says, hey, you can do the same thing with black paint, well, you'll get embarrassed because, again, we have done these tests dozens of times, and I have no problem with doing a demonstration out there for you, which we did on site a couple of times. We had a couple of contractors came over and said, well, I could do the same thing with black paint. Can you? Okay, that's just entertain that theory. Yeah, I'd put some people to shame. Keep in mind, people, if I'm going to sit there and I'm going to request somebody, the biggest troll on the face of the planet, that sent us down black paint, then again, you can back your product up. No one does that. No one says, hey, send me down. No one does that. Only we do that because we can back our products. So if you ain't got a batch number, you don't got a guarantee. Oh, that's a good one. I like that line right there. You ain't got a batch number, you ain't got a guarantee. Because again, you don't know. You don't know what's being shipped out that door. Could be anything. Could be regular house paint. You don't know what you're getting. No batch number, no guarantee. We're going to put that in all the sites now. We have a batch number violation there, but that's a good one. Yeah, batch number is 100% guarantee on a product. That's your guarantee right there. Your product works. 5-gallon container, painted onto a screen, and of course, we're going to do some crazy batch number demonstrations because again, I don't want to get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. Ain't that right, Taco? We got to think of some crazy stuff. We're not doing them here. I got the other place when we're doing that because I got more room to play around in there. But I'm definitely doing a paintball gun. Paintball gun with black paint, do an all white screen and just hit it, pop, 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 pop. And you can see everywhere the paintball hits, it just the screen just turns dirty. Well, that's gonna be fun. Gotta figure things. Come out there dressed like, you know, like an artist and have all different colors of black paint on my palette. Go dun 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 dun. You know, we gotta have some fun with this and get bored with it. All right, so as you can see, what we're planning for the future of Allentown is integrating our technology into Allentown in storefront windows, floor projection technology, ceiling projection technology, outdoor technology, as in the massive 250. And we're actually going to start a series of pre-coated screens, which we're going to have them ranging from 150 to around 300 inches. I'm judging by the size that only room I need. Actually, I can do a 200 easy if I didn't have the stuff in here. I can easily do a 250 in here easy. So I know with the spot we're getting 300 inches, we can easily do. I think they have 300 to 350. So yeah, we'll have to do those. That's gonna be an interesting display. But since we have, you know, the zoning that's going to be helping us out with a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I'm actually going to run this to him. I'm actually going to contact him on Monday and, you know, run some stuff past him about some things I want to do for Allentown. This will be great. I wonder if we do. Now, I've seen the sensors. I've seen those. I've seen the sensors. I actually met somebody over in Australia, and they wanted to use our technology for a sensor screen that they can move objects on. I've seen how they do it. It's kind of interesting. So if we can get one of those, I can set that up on one of these mats. I can coat the mats with the formula. We can put the sensors up. We can have an interactive screen like tic-tac-toe, stuff like that. That'd be cool. One of the problems they were having with trying to get an interactive screen to work is the fact that they would have to be in the dark all the time because the screen would wash out. That's one of the problems they were facing. And they didn't want to go with any of the high-end screens because the screens like that, you can't walk on those. The screens will crack and get damaged. And again, they didn't have anything they could find that could do exactly what we were doing our demonstration. Our lights on, we're walking across the screen with no problem. And that's why they were interested in our technology. But for share, they showed us how the sensor unit is designed, and it's very easy to make a screen become interactive. And I saved the company. I know exactly who to track down, and I know how to get these sensors in here so we can have an interactive screen for the kids. I want freaking hopscotch because I like freaking hopscotch. Yes, I do. We can put a virtual hopscotch screen out there for the kids to play around on. All right, people, I got to go. Just want to share our plans and what we're working on next for Allentown, and I can't wait to get down there and get a chance to get an appointment to meet the mayor and Parks and Recreation so we can start donating some of this technology to Allentown so that way we can have something amazing. I mean, everything we have in is amazing already. I love it so much, but I just want to add just more to it. Okay, with that being said, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.